Hey everyone, this is Julian from the Binary Lab, and in this video I want to talk about broker delay tactics. Broker delay tactics is probably one of the worst things in binary options trading. Okay, this delay tactics and withdrawals, that's pretty much the same thing. For example, when you have a problem, okay, let's say you have a problematic trade. There's a certain trade that you believe you won, but somehow you didn't. Or let's say when you were trying to enter a trade and then you got a bad quote, right? So this kind of thing, very often what you do is that you go back to your so-called appointed account manager, and then they might bounce you around for a little bit, and along the way you find out that it's just being pushed on and pushed on and pushed on. Same thing for withdrawals as well. It's being pushed on, and then before you know it, someone leaves the company, and then you have to contact someone else, and then that person might not be updated on the situation, or may ask for a recap of the situation, which requires another party as well. In other words, keeping you so-called in the loop. I would say infinity loop, right? In 3 years of binary options trading, coming to 3 years, in about 2 months from now, it will be 3 years of trading binary options. It's been generally very good. It's profitable, everything, but this is probably one of the shittier aspects, and it's one of the things that gets me quite angry and quite concerned about. And so in this video, what I want to tell you about, the good news is not all brokers are like that, but the thing is that there are many brokers that are like that. So in this video, I hope to educate you to look out for the signs that you are being a victim of broker delay tactics. Okay, so one of the things that often happens is that, like I said, there is a problem with your trade, the quote perhaps, and then you had a very bad entry, and then you're trying to tell your account manager, and he says, okay, I've got to check the tech department, and then a couple of days later you follow the situation and say, oh sorry, the tech department is still investigating, they haven't got back to me about it. The real business model is that because they want you to forget about it, they are hoping that after a very long lapse of time, you would give up on the situation and just abandon it and treat it as money lost. Okay, if it's a bad trade, a bad entry, I would say, personally in my case, I have pursued cases in the past, I've given up on cases in the past, but at the end of the day, I personally find that when it comes to price quotes and entries, it's expiries, like validation. Sometimes on validation you believe you should have won, but instead you lost. I would say that validation is like a double-edged sword, because sometimes it can serve you, sometimes it can work against you. For the amount of times that I believe that I should have won but eventually lost, there were probably as many, if not more times, that I believe I should have lost but actually I won. So I think validation is like a double-edged sword. So I'm not gonna be too caught up or worried if it's either a verification or entry issue. All right, unless the system is repeatedly jamming. If the system is repeatedly jamming, then I would suggest why stay there? Move to a different broker. But I mean, for issues like that require so-called technical verification, I generally don't care as long as they pay. Okay, a week ago I actually recorded a video inside for my members that I showed them how I exploited a spot option server issue where the USD, the Euro JPY was being wrongly quoted by about 12 pips. So I was able to short at 71. The last three numbers, 71, 719 or something, when it's really about 571. Okay, so that's a huge margin. So that worked in my favor. So like I said, it's a double-edged sword. But the one that I'm more concerned about, and the thing that you should be more concerned about, is incidences when they're like stalling for time, like on withdrawals. Okay, so many a time, and I hear this all the time. I heard this just 2 days ago from one of my my video channel followers over here who also comments on my Facebook page. You got in touch with me through my Binary Lab page. So if you go to, I think it's, you go to facebook.com, I think it's the Binary Lab page. You can check it out on the links down below. So he got in touch with me. He told me that there was a broker that he was dealing with, Binary Book, I think. All right, and this is just one of many. I wouldn't say it's just this broker, but there are many brokers like that. Okay. At the end of the day, his case is still pending. I don't know the outcome, but it's still out there. Okay. I've had many cases from I've heard many cases from other brokers. What typically happens is this. Okay, you start out with some money, whatever the amount that may be, 1,000, 5,000, or what, and then the account manager comes to tell you that, would you like me to provide you with some very good trading signals? So they provide you some trading signals, help you grow your account, and then they'll say, would you like to take a trading deposit? A trading deposit bonus. Okay. So they say, if you take this bonus, you're going to have like twice the amount of money to trade with. Sometimes they offer you a 200% bonus. You have a lot of money to trade with, and this will help you grow your account faster. Many a times they offer these things like the signals and bonuses to people who are new. Okay, because people who are new to trading, with no prior experience, new to binary, the idea is to get them into a situation where they are not able to handle from that point on. Okay, so this is the modus operandi. They offer you signals and that work, that grow your account, but at the same time ask you to take a bonus so that you get a lock-in. And the bonus is always 30 to 50 times of the amount of deposit the amount of deposit bonus that you receive. So let's say if you put in 5K and then you receive a bonus of 5K, you need to trade 30 to 50 times of that 5K that you put in, which means this depends on the arrangement. It can be anywhere between 150,000 to 250,000, depending on the broker as well. So the next thing is that once you've grown your account, okay, now you got 10K to trade with. Maybe they help you with some really good things, grow your account to 30K, and they'll say, now that you're making some very good money, how about this? If you could put in another 10K, we will help you to. I will help you, and in fact, I will give you an extra 3 times trading margin. So, with that extra 10K that you put in, I will give you a bonus trading, a deposit bonus of 3 times instead of 1 time. The guy has accepted 5K a bonus in the beginning, right? And then now, when he puts an additional 10K, he's got an additional 30K a bonus. Okay? So now he has a total of 35K, and he needs to trade maybe, let's say, 40 times. What is that? Let me do a quick calculation. 35 times. He has to. Oh my God! Wow. He has to trade a total of 1.4 million before he can make a withdrawal. So the next step is that so sometimes you hear horror stories, right? You hear horror stories from some brokers like Bank Debanding and stuff, where they give you some really good signals, make you deposit a lot of money, and then at the end of the day, they give you a bunch of really bad trades, trades that don't work out, and you wonder, what is this conspiracy? Why is it that in the beginning all these things were working, but in the end, these trading signals were leaving you a account of a huge debt, like 70% debt, and then you're down. And then they say, oh, I feel really. They'll say something like, I feel really bad about it. I'm going to give you how about this? If you can put another 5,000, I'll give you like a 5 times bonus, and that's going to give you more margin. And then at that stage of time, after all the mental duress, you find that okay, you're already so far down the road. That's the only option left to do. Okay, well, that's not true. The real option is that you can stop. The other option is that you could join the Binary Lab. you could join Binary Lab, learn how to trade, and then without all these garbage signal stuff and make it back. Okay, but of course, it has to be one of those brokers that do not use delay tactics. So one of the situations that happens, like I said, just continuing the story, is that after you are, they could either like wear you out, right? They could wear you out, or the other way is that they could build your account really high, but abandon you so that you could never possibly continue to trade and hit those trading requirements. And the idea is that they're gonna let you, go on a clicking frenzy and burn out your account, make you go nuts about trading, and at the end of the day, you're gonna wipe out your account yourself, or just never get they'll just never be contactable to you to to make a withdrawal. So and these are some of the worst patterns that I've seen in the binary options trading industry. I know it sucks. One thing we do as a community is that we help to warn each other about bad practices in the industry. Binary options is great. I think it's much easier to trade than Forex, stocks, and CFDs, and I've made a lot of money through binary options trading. But I also do, like I said, I do know about people who have made huge sums but never been able to take out because they could not ever get hold of someone to verify their trading record, their bonus trading record. And I've got to know some people as well that have been newbies, but very sadly, prior to coming to the binary lab with this broker and that broker, being total newbies, totally taken for a ride, probably put down as much as like 70, 80,000, and now they're stuck with like over 2 million of trading requirement before they can even do anything. Okay? And who's to say that after they finish that, the company is still going to be around? What if a bigger trader comes along the way and makes a whole lot of money, and suddenly the company becomes illiquid? The sad truth is that when I was in Berlin, I got to speak to some company bosses, and when I interact with them, I get the vibe that a lot of them they live very lavish lifestyles, which is not wrong. It's not wrong to live a lavish lifestyle, but they probably did so in the anticipation that most of the people are going to be losing money. But it becomes a problem when there are people like myself, like some of my students, who have been able to turn a very small sum of money into a very, very big sum of money. And it's really got to be a very big firm. The bigger firms usually still can afford to pay, but if they have to do that every day, if they have a lot of people like me and some of my students, they would have to close out. So this is one of the reasons why in binary lab I say that no matter what is your financial status, even if you wish to put in like 50K in binary options trading, I know it's a little bit hassle to split in different accounts, but it's still probably the best thing to do, right? It's better to split out your money to different pots, so that it's not likely that several brokers are going to go down at the same time. Maybe one is going to take you for a ride, but maybe the other four, would actually pay you out. So that's one of the things that you can do to protect yourself. I would often suggest as well that, let's say, if you go a small sum of money to a big sum of money, you might want to go to a different broker for a while before going back there. So what I used to tell some of my students, and I still then tell them today as well, is that let's say if you've grown from 5 to 50K, just stop. Go to a different broker, go somewhere else before they either mark you, they start to do some crazy stuff. That's what I recommend. All right, so I mean this is like one of those videos that I wish to share, like the ins and outs of the industry, and I hope it's helpful to you. If you like more videos like this, please like and subscribe and comment as well. And be sure to check out my website, thebinarylab.net, and if you'd like to join us for our daily training sessions, there's a place where you can register there too. Alright, I'll see you. My name is Julian Wall. Goodbye.